It has its life through you because that's what you're thinking from. Oh man, so many ways, so many ways, so many ways. You really know about it yourself. I mean, uh, well, no, you're not aware you know it, but you do know it. I mean, it's all here. It's all. This is the theater of the mind, imagination. That's God Himself. He gave you to choose it, but that's still God Himself. If He didn't do it, it wasn't done. But you chose it. You're the one choosing the route you're taking through this time slot. And I get short here all of a sudden.
I wasn't going to say anything. Yeah, well, it's like you're going down in water.
Well, still there. I don't know. There you go.
Perfect.
How's
A lot better.
thought about it?
What would you say to the listener? Often we say that this is too good to be true. You said something, I really want to touch on it. You said, listen, we're doing this stuff all the time, and you said, I want to make sure I got, and you said, it's the way you do everything. And most of us, somebody, you talked about willpower at one point. Many times we think that we have to force this, but we don't force anything. Everything that we do in life, we just naturally do. So if we're going to make a change, wouldn't it have to be as natural?
You are forcing everything. If you're not relaxed, you're forcing everything. You're dreaming. You understand? You're dreaming all the time. You're dreaming. What are you? How do you feel about what you're dreaming? You're on. You're in charge. Why are you thinking and feeling about something you don't want to experience? Come on. I know I repeat this over and over and over, but you see, look, I can read you stories out of scripture, but I read them all and they didn't make any sense to me. But it wasn't about the story. It was about the story that's in the story, the essence of what you see. Here you see a battle going on and people dying and everything, but it's only the essence of what people have been thinking feelingly about, but none of it is true. It's all a make believe. It's all a fantasy. It's all a dream. Nothing, nobody's hurt. You say, well, you see someone dying in agony. Well, yeah, for a few minutes, but that's it. Nothing transforming in death. You don't get away with not dealing with things. You have to learn to deal with what's at you right at the moment. And that is thinking makes it so. What are you thinking? Because it's making so in your world of experiencing. If you don't want that, then don't think that because thinking makes it so. Thoughts are things. Understand? Thoughts are. Look, there's 1,000 articles in here, and every one of them had to be thought in someone's mind. And maybe someone else added to it in their mind. And we went and we started out with the old Model T, and look what we're driving today. Monster trucks. I can't believe it. I don't know how they make them any bigger, do you?
No, but they will.
I mean, the running board is clear up here, and it's some of those great big wheels. Uh, yeah, ego always triumphs. Well, I'll tell you this. He doesn't need to run the show. He will. If you vacate that position of running the show, he'll take over and he'll run the show. And you wither right in the ground. Or into Great Depression, which is the same thing. But he's not concerned about you. He's only concerned about what he can get from you. That's it. You freely give it. If you're tense, you're strangling yourself. See, it's a dream, and you're told to dream the dream. You're even told that when the people fail to dream, they start to die. And you see people saying, "Oh, life isn't worth living." Yeah, it is. It really is. But you have to get in it. You have to get into it, see, so that you can think from it rather than thinking of it. And that's the difference that makes a difference, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Even if you're not paying attention, you're still the one controlling. If you take control, once you experience being in control, and then from then on, you're hooked.
Is taking control then us thinking according to what it is that we want to materialize, manifest in our world?
Yeah, look, why would you think of anything else? If you're told as you think you are, why would you think of anything else? Why wouldn't you constantly be dressing your world? That's what you're doing. How are you dressing it? Watching TV and dressing it with murders and all the things that are going on. Come on. Why would you go thinking about those things? They're there. You're thinking about them or not thinking about them is not going to change anything or anyone else, only for you. You can change your mind, change your world. It's given that you can do so. And to do so, all you have to do is just be quiet. Just be still. Just relax. He's telling you, you relax. You stroll in or you don't get in. I mean, it's that simple. And I know it because there's always that little nagging voice too that's behind you. That's ego, and he's telling you, "Oh, come on, you're kidding yourself. Who knows you? Who are you?" Ha! That's something you are to find out. Who are you? And that's really the only work you have here is to find out who you really are. And all of the shows and everything, it's all pointing to the one. There's only God. He's doing all things. He is all things. And he can erase all things. Just like that. You're given a chance. You're given a chance to speak your tongue in your favor, and then you don't hear someone say, "Well, I don't quite think you got it. You're on your own side." Yeah, well, if you brush that off, you lost it. You denied yourself, and I brushed it off. So I denied myself, but it nagged me and made me think about it and made me come to the conclusion he was right. I wasn't on my own side. I'm damning myself moment after moment. No one wasn't even recognizing it. I was telling you tell somebody else, "Oh, I got this thing." Yeah, I said, "It's right." Oh, I got you. Come on, they don't need to know that. Why would you want to tell them that? That's someone looking at you like, "Oh, that poor guy. He's really tipped off." Why do you do this to yourself? See, And that's the thing you want to understand. You are doing it to yourself. See, God's not doing anything. He's not punishing you. You're only being delivered into what you're thinking feelingly about. Is it lovely and a good report? Fantastic. If it's not, well, I keep telling you what to do with it. Drop it. I know it sounds like something really difficult to do, and actually the only reason it is difficulty is because we have been conditioned to the ongoing drama to the point to where actually we're really not here that much. Only just moments at a time are we here. And those are usually taken up by something that you don't care about anyway. You have to convince yourself that it's worthwhile to know what you're thinking about. Don't be getting lost in thought. I mean, we all do, but hopefully we're not destroying ourselves in the process, because you certainly can. And you will if you're not paying attention. And that's the whole thing. Because what has your attention has your life. So why wouldn't you want to be paying attention to what you're thinking about? Because it's as within, so without. Whatever you're thinking about, it's going to come to you. It's going into the future. It's not going into the past. That's the whole message to you. Right there. Just focus on that. And when I say focus on it, that means time and time and time again, because we're so slow to really accept even the good we're agreeing with. Here we go again.
You're absolutely correct, though.
Well, you're told choose. What are you choosing? That's all you have to do is get that straight. You know what you want? Choose it. I am that. That's all there is to it. That's the whole show. Whatever you're claiming, I am that, that's the whole show for you. Good, bad, or indifferent. And it'll only change when you change your mind. God says, not me, man. I gave it to you. No. I'm not doing anything to you, and I'm not denying you anything. You're choosing wisely, I hope. But nevertheless, you are choosing. It's called praying ceaselessly. That one really always grabbed me. I don't know what it was. I didn't want to accept it. Because all it does is just point out what a liar you are to yourself. Well, that's what it does. I mean, if you're going to be honest about it,
Because we deny. The lie is a denial. When we say that I didn't do that, I didn't create that, that's the lie. And until we take ownership, responsibility, nothing's going to change until we change. And I'm going to wind it down. So it's been a pleasure.
Yes, it has. Okay.
Have a great one. We'll talk later.
Okay. Fantastic. I had a half a dozen of Neville's tapes, and I listened to them at least one every night for years before it actually touched base. I began thinking differently. The importance of having a CD, because what has your focus has your life. Think about it. We're not asking you to join anything, but you have to have the CDs. You have to have the DVDs. You have to listen to them. It's you training this. Listen, listen, listen.
But as Mr. Lindell stated, you have to listen to them repeatedly. And again, for those who are interested, click the link below and it will take you to the 4 CD set, and you'll be able to transform not only your mind, but your world.